There is no doubt that working in the healthcare profession is one of the toughest and most grueling jobs. Long hours, lower pay, and difficult days are some of the difficulties they have to face, but it is undoubtedly one of the most rewarding jobs when you get to brighten patients' days as these heroes do. You won't believe what these health professionals do for their patients. Keep watching. Lyndon Bedford works as a transporter at a Boston hospital, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. With 627 beds available, Bedford has transported many people to and from surgeries and treatments. This means he knows firsthand how harrowing it can be. In fact, he has been working there for more than 3 decades and soothes patients' nerves by singing. Hospital staff love his sweet melodies and ended up featuring his song in an employee orientation video. In the past, he was asked to sing for a patient who was about to die. He has become a beloved member of the community. But why does he do it? Well, Bedford knows firsthand the struggle with anxiety. He himself suffers from severe anxiety, which leads him to struggle with panic attacks. Having dealt with this, he knows how horrible stressful situations can be for patients. But with his passion for singing, he has been taking it upon himself for decades to use his voice to alleviate these situations. He spends 8 hours a day, every day, taking patients through the hospital corridors and singing to them. He also sings anything from gospels, love songs, and iconic contra music from legends like Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. He even sings some of his own reggae-inspired music, which he calls rock for lovers, or takes requests. According to Bedford, the only time he refuses to sing is out of respect when carrying a body to the morgue. His passion for singing stems from his childhood in Jamaica. Although he now lives in a very different city, Boston, with his wife and 2 children, singing makes him feel closer to home. Bedford says a doctor has his role, a nurse has hers, and I have my role. Although it may not seem like it to most people, Bedford's role is very important. Music is known to calm people and reduce stress, and since he works in a stressful environment, his music is appreciated. Improving a patient's mood while taking them to the operating theater can improve post-operative outcomes. Isn't that amazing? A patient who appreciates Bedford has expressed that he is not only a man who transports us, he makes us happy, he makes our days bright. It's true that Bedford is a fantastic man. Joe Ronquillo. What did this nurse do on camera? Well, first let's talk about who he is. Nurse Joe Ronquillo works at St. Luke's Children's Hospital in Ohio, and he embodies the idea of going the extra mile for his patients. He has been caring for the youngest patients for 16 years and has found a way to lift their spirits. Dancing. He believes it is the best way to lift their spirits. This dancing nurse soon shot to fame when he was featured as one of 7 heroes by KTBB after oncology patients and their families showed their appreciation. In particular, Loni Levitt Parker, mother of a patient, was touched by the dance. Her son Kim is battling leukemia, but also has Down syndrome. She says her son has bonded with Joe, saying, "I don't know where we would be, and the nurses and doctors here have fallen in love with Joe." But it's not just Joe who is loved by his patients at the hospital. His 3 other siblings work as healthcare professionals at the same hospital, and they are all as adored as Joe. According to Joe, the fact that they all work there together makes his parents proud, and it's a fantastic environment. However, it is his fabulous dancing that has shot him to stardom, and I can see why Joe says, "There's a good chance I'll dance for you, so it's a win-win." Yes, Joe dances for all his patients, even the grumpy teenagers. He believes it's the best way to spread joy. What Joe didn't expect was that the parents of some of the patients would videotape him and share it on social media. Not that he would mind, but the fame that came to him was a big surprise. He's not even sure some of the parents who shared it on Facebook recognized him as a nurse. He said, "It's a bit funny because I think they thought I was an actor. I'm not an actor." Yeah, how funny. It's amazing that despite all the pressure he faces, he still finds the time and energy to go out of his way for his patients. Dr. Balan Kamararayan and Emma Maunder, like Joe, are dance enthusiasts. Isi loves ballet, but unfortunately she is fighting cancer, so she is not strong enough to dance on her own. Luckily, her loving health professionals organized a special show for her. Isi is 6 years old, 5 at the time this story went viral. She was being treated at the Royal Worcestershire Hospital's Children's Clinic for the second time for acute lymphoblastic leukemia, having started treatment in 2017. Despite completing her treatment in May 2019, she relapsed in early 2020 and was taken back to the hospital. She has had a tough first few years of life and has struggled with something no child should have to go through. The doctors and nurses who took care of Isi recognized this and decided they wanted to take advantage of her love of ballet and give her a special gift. Dr. Balan Kamararayan and nurse Emma Maunder entered Isi's room dressed in their sparkly tutus. The fact that Isi can't dance means I can't teach them. Although she was initially shocked when the two entered, she was soon delighted by the gift, much to Balan and Emma's delight. Isi's mother commented that she has been going through a very hard time in the last few months, and it is something the doctors have wanted to do for a long time, but she has been very poorly, so it was a nice gift for her. After some time in intensive care, she ended up recovering and returning to school, where she hopefully will dance to her heart's content. Dr. Elia Nicholas Kiwan. Last but not least, this doctor went the extra mile to make sure all her patients were happy during the holidays. No one wants to spend Christmas bedridden, especially those poor children. They can't go home and spend time with their families for their own health, but that also means they have to miss out on Christmas fun. Dr. Kiwan decided he didn't want that to happen anymore, so he has spent the last 5 years dressing up as Father Christmas and not only addresses the children, but aims to bring a little joy to everyone in the hospital. This act of kindness may seem like a small gesture to Dr. Kiwan, but to some it is everything. Many of these patients have no family or visitors, and for some, every Christmas may be their last. Having Dr. Kiwan, or rather Father Christmas, show up is a gift in itself and shows them how much he cares about them. Aren't these stories of health professionals who care enough to make their patients smile amazing? It's amazing how caring people can be. Thanks for watching and see you soon with another video.